one thing this process has told me or has reaffirmed for me, done beats perfect every time.
100%.
Preach. Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to the first ever episode of. Hold on a second. The teleprompter is still working.
Teleprompter, guys.
Wait,
Guys,
the
we
first
talked
ever-
about this.
Yes,
Tebello,
sir.
sorry, I think you might need to check the video that you just stopped recording because I'm not sure whether it shows us as well.
What, the other video? Or this video I just started recording now?
The one that you just stopped now before you started recording, because sometimes we record like this, but then you don't see our faces.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So we will wait until this appears. And right now, even as you're speaking, because of the way the screen is going to be appearing, the disclaimer is going to cover our entire faces at this moment in time. Né? So I don't think it actually matters
Okay.
because you just see the disclaimer.
Wait, is this all staying in?
Yes.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Let's Ink About It.
KC Media Production. They know when they see KC Media, they expect chaos.
That's what the K
Team
stands
labor.
for. It's like
Team
the
labor.
K in
There's no
combat.
editing.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's like the K in Mortal Kombat. But anyway,
the C in KC Media stands for chaos. Chaos Media.
Well, anyway, this is an episode that is called "Let's Ink About It."
Let's
so
ink
we
about
take
it.
we take a local comic book. I'm sorry, I stole the intro because we were going too long.
ADHD.
We take a local. Yeah, we take a local comic book. It depends. Today this is my work. Tomorrow it might be another artist's work or whatever, and we do it like an in-depth breakdown, issue by issue.
Who knows? I might be self-serving enough and put this one in the show. Who knows? I'll be the only person standing there breaking down my own show. I'll be like one of those solo interviews. Well, since nobody came to the show, so I'm gonna break down War Angel. So in page 1, we're gonna talk about.
Why not?
Why not, bro? It's your show. Talk about what you want, dog.
I always used to find it so self-serving when you have the director or the whatever. You know, like in Star Wars, there's not Star Wars. I wanted to talk
Commentary.
X-Men. Yeah, the X-Men. There's also there's a director's commentary sitting in the background. I always find it so self-serving and so conceited. The way they're going on and on and on. I was like, you know what? Let me just enjoy the movie instead of listening to you to blow your own horn to the nth degree. And I think the one show that broke the camel's back was the season 8 of Game of Thrones. There you go. Because wow, that broke the camel's
Oh,
back.
hey, just fun thing for the audience. As per this time of recording, you're gonna all catch us at Comic-Con. We're all gonna be doing shows. Yes. Extrodin is going to be on Geek Heresy live on stage. The first time he's live on stage, which is gonna be fun. And then me and the host of this show, Mr. KC Media himself, we're gonna be hosting a show called Superhero Showdown. So that's all going to be happening live at Comic-Con.
Can I also say that I'm so impressed by the sheer courage of this man thinking that this video is most probably going to be up at the time of Comic-Con.
Hey, as per time of the recording.
I just
With the
wanted
amount of backlog.
I just wanted to say like,
KC Media
I
has.
love
Okay,
this
if you're
man.
watching this after con, did you like the shows? Comment down below. I covered the whole thing.
Yeah, because I think I was also thinking like I wanted to put up a vlog, so there's going to be a vlog coming on, an actual vlog, not a KC Media video, no, the Midnight Blast video. So I'm going to try and make an extra vlog and put the vlog up and record it on a day-to-day basis. Like, who remembers those vlogs they used to do back in the day? You know, where they used to do vlogs every day because back then YouTube used to pay them enough for people to afford like flats and stuff. I don't know how they're getting the money now, but back then, you know, YouTube used to pay and used to pay a lot, you know.
Yeah, golden age. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I
let's
just have a
so
question for you,
anyway.
Bug.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold
Yeah.
up. Just quick. We gotta get this out the way. So yeah, Mr. Tebello Khala, who's the actual owner of the channel, and then we've got Mr. Extrodin from African Frame, Africa's Next Podcast. Please go subscribe there. We just dropped another episode now talking about the current state of the MCU and Eyes of Wakanda and all of that good stuff, depending as per time of the recording. And then me, we're breaking down my work today. So I'm BuckMeister Cool from Meister Geek Media and BuckMeister Cool Reacts. This is the Black Panther versus Kang thing that I've been shoving down people's throats for the last pause that I've been telling people to go
We
check
are
out for
not
the
the
last.
Shits and Gigs podcast. There is no pauses allowed here. You say your sus
You
things
paused us yourself, dog.
with your full
You
chest.
violated your own rule.
When did I pause? When did I pause? When do I pause now?
Yeah, play the Corvus, play the clip. Anyway,
I am warning, I am your boss.
So anyway, yeah, this is the fan comic book that I've made. You can even see my logo in the background that was designed by a homie of mine called Art of Marvelous Wonder. We were working on some things together. Hopefully we'll be working on some things together again. But yeah, and yeah, this is Black Panther versus Kang, so let's do it. Oh, and recap T'Challa, Black Panther versus the Super Skull animation is loading. But let's do this.
Work in progress. Yeah, fun fact, kids, animation takes a lot of work, no matter how hard they tell you, and no matter no matter how flimsy they call this AI generated artwork thing is, it takes work to hone your craft. The dedication of an artist the skill of an artist is reflected by the amount of time he's put into it. That's why AI will never be art.
Message.
Moving along. This message.
Use it, don't sell
So my
it. But
question
anyway.
is, what made you want to do this comic in the first place?
All right. So we did cover this in an episode on the Geek Spot, which is also on this channel. Please go check it out.
Yeah.
But the way this started, right? The way this started is that, so we all heard the news of Jonathan Majors when he got canceled by that time for assaulting the finger of a white woman by accident. um,
As she chased him down across the street, running at 500 kilometers per hour. I've never seen a white woman catch up to a black man.
She needs to what's this? She needs to actually teach Ezra Miller how to run if they ever let them play the Flash again.
Hey, true that.
I don't think they'll let them play the Flash again. Forget it.
No, that's not happening. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, then also the T'Challa news situation. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. Fun fact, and I know this is a fact for real. People who are recast T'Challa have spoken way more about Chadwick Boseman than anybody else on the freaking internet. we talk about that guy almost every week, and people always say that if they recast, you'll forget him. The ones who wanted have not forgotten him, but
You know?
I'm just saying. Hello, Feige. Anyway, so yeah, the T'Challa situation happened where they killed him in Wakanda Forever. So I was like, how do we get people invested in the character again? The comic books were coming out, and some of the stuff was great, but it was also getting canceled. They were also not promoting it. I was just like, well, in my personal capacity with what I know about the internet and the art skills that I have now, I can do something. Let me do this and let me see how this goes and whatever. Some people have said it's a waste of time. It's like, it's not your IP, you're wasting your time. Disagree, because even at the end of this or whatever, let's say this gets 0 views, which is not even the case right now because it's sitting on 3,996.
Woo!
But let's say this gets no views, right? And I do all of this stuff and nobody sees it. At the end of the day, I've still improved as an artist. I've still accomplished a lot as an artist, and I've still learned a lot of skills that I can transfer to my own IP. So yeah, it's not a waste of time at all. But yeah, let's get into issue 1.
But then what inspired the actual story? I hear
the actual story is, okay, so the actual story itself was inspired. There was a simple tagline in my head. I just went the conqueror versus the unconquered. That's kind of how the genesis started.
Oh, so
and then I was like, that's, yeah.
Oh, fun fact, it's I think it's one of the lines you take from Game of Thrones, because Dawn never actually Sarah never actually got beaten by the Targaryens. So the always the reference is always unbowed and unbowed, undefeated Dawn.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I just because Wakanda's never been conquered. He's called Kang the Conqueror. I was like, what would that look like?
I
And then
see.
I also did some mock-up pages where like this was early stuff where I T'Challa even looked very different. He was based on a design that was designed by my brother, where my brother was trying to make him look very interesting. I'll even see if I can send you guys in private messages or whatever. It's on Twitter if somebody searches for it anyway. But the point being is like I did some pages where they were just fighting out of context, T'Challa versus Kang and whatever. And Kang was kind of very different in that stuff. And then I just like, okay, let me take this all the way. And then that's how this came about. And then I had to just find a reason why Kang would want to in the first place. And then the genesis from the story started there.
You see, that's a
Right.
beautiful thing I like when developing a story. You started with a concept, and then you had to give a character compelling motive, which is something that I think people often overlook because we all want to look at the highlight of an action sequence because we think, wow, the fight sequence at the end is going to look so epic. I need to make the story happen. Why they're fighting? Who cares? It just looks cool. And when when the high goes down, people are thinking like, what were they fighting for? Actually, this is kind of stupid. And that's when the story gets lost forever because the retelling of the story is just as important as the telling in the first place. Because that's what will keep people coming back for more. And that's what will convince people to tell others about your story. They're like, this story has to happen because this and this happens and this and this happens. But don't take it from me. I don't have a successful comic yet, ne? Yeah.
Yet.
Okay, so this is the first page.
Wakanda.
Yeah.
Do
Setting.
the
I wish I could have. I wish I could. Yeah. You look at it now, and I'm like, I can do background so much better than this.
we'll all start somewhere. I mean,
Chief, if you look at the first issue of Superman or Batman or Fantastic Four,
the chapter zero of Bleach gave me so much hope. The way Ichigo and Rukia looked, they had such gigantic foreheads. I was like, wow.
it's
But you
always
know
like that.
what? I forgive
The
myself.
Bankai was on the brain, dog. But anyway, no, I enjoy this. It's just that I know that I've improved it. That's all that it is.
Oh,
No,
please.
I hear you.
I'm
And
one of those.
one thing I've realized about, like, let's say if a lecturer was looking at this page, you could possibly even have better marks than someone with better art if they didn't get certain things correct. For
Yeah.
example, these buildings, probably you'd get more marks because of the perspectives, the different perspectives of the buildings.
Or
Whereas
the
someone is just drawing J, but the angles are all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
the
So
the ADHD artist. I feel attacked right now.
no, I'm just saying that,
I'm just joking. I'm joking, but I know what you're saying. Because
yeah,
if there's one thing I struggle with is backgrounding, especially in great detail. Because if I fall into that trap, I'll end up working on one panel for an entire month.
yeah.
So
That helps nobody.
exactly.
Hey,
Yeah.
dog.
Anyway,
Hey, one thing this process has told me or has reaffirmed for me: done beats perfect every time.
100%. 100%.
preach.
All right. So basically we see these two lovebirds, T'Challa and Storm, looking at each other's eyes, and T'Challa, I think, is looking way more than he should be. Like he's staring at this point. He's like mesmerized by
Yeah,
Aurora's beauty.
like
And Aurora's like, nigga,
I'm having
stop
my
it.
breakfast. I am having my breakfast in peace. Can I just eat in peace, team?
Like, chill.
Boom.
Damn.
I should shut up. Let me shut up. Let me just shut up. Let me just shut up because I. Oh yeah, you guys don't have the opportunity of being presented of being both ends of this perspective. I've caught myself staring, and I've been stared at, and I know how awkward it can feel for both sides. I'm like, Can you get
Especially
on?
if no one is backing down, nobody wants to look elsewhere. It's the staring contest all of a sudden. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, she's like, "Yo, stop it." He's like, "Stop what?" She's like, "Nigga, stop it." Like, come on,
Bro.
And he's like, "Look, having vast intellect does not put one above confusion." You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, "I know what you're doing right now."
Stop
He's
being
like, "I swear to bust, I have no idea what you're talking about." Like, yo, fam, we're both smart here. Let's not act like we're dumb. You know what I'm saying?
you know what I like? She's calling him out for his BS and he's trying to be all nerdy about it. He's trying to be all nerdy about it now, like, yes, but I ain't slick anything. I see you. They
Yeah.
just
No, like the thing is the way I wrote them here is that so when they initially got married, they used to have a lot of this banter initially and whatever, and like it was always like a bit of a snappy back and forth or whatever. So Ororo's always had this rhythm of as much as T'Challa can dribble everybody, he's not gonna be able to dribble me. The time he can dribble me, that's when things are bad. But in
Would
general,
you
he
say
can't dribble
would you
me.
say that she matches his intelligence or she's just
It's not that she matches, she's
just
got his strategic acumen and she has very good intuition. Like,
mm.
if you put them together and they have to solve a math problem, T'Challa's whooping her every time. But like, if they're playing chess matches and things like that, she can be like here, here, and here with him. So it's kind of
Okay.
like
So it's
how
sort of
she
like
knows how to, and also because they've spent so much time together, she knows how to read him better than other people. Other people may never know what T'Challa is doing, but Storm, if given enough time, she'll be able to suss out what his plans are. Like another fun thing is in Dune War, the story that I constantly reference or whatever. The only reason she didn't know what was going on was because prior to that situation, T'Challa disappeared from everybody. After he came out of the coma, he didn't talk to any. He lived in the wilderness, and like people were asking Storm, "Where's your husband?" And I was like, "I don't know." Because the thing is, if T'Challa knew that if he was next to her, she would have been able to sense something is wrong. And the reason he was doing that was because he was trying to outmaneuver Doom, because Doom was also spying on Aurora. So
mm.
like that's how she's quick with it like this, where other people, even in Wakanda, will never know what T'Challa is thinking. Storm can suss it out.
okay. That's interesting.
But
I
what
guess
what I
living
like
living on
about
the X
this,
Mansion for all those years helps you to think different, I guess.
but also what I like about this is here we see how here we get a picture of what is required for the creative process. Kids, did you see the level of research this person has done for these two panels alone? Hmm? Do you see how much work goes into making these things, CD? When you go right down relationship, when you make relationship scenes and make it more into it, more natural in intuition, it requires more than just they are just cool with each other and sitting in a room. This is a lovely level of build up, and it requires for you to go do research on those particular type of characters. Or if you're creating a new character, you can base it on existing couples, and you need to be able to piece together how they become more intuitive and natural, how they build into each other. You understand, kids? Thank you.
And this is something that we hardly see in media. A healthy black couple that's not that doesn't
Quick,
have drama or no baby mama drama.
quick,
You know what I'm saying? No, no.
let's think of a healthy colored relationship for once. Can anyone think of one? Anyone?
No,
In
no.
media.
Hey, because Gona we suffering with the soapies because they have to have a drama, otherwise there's no soapy. Um,
In media.
Yeah?
I
Give
wanted
me
to say
someone.
Heart of the Hunter, but she dies.
The thing is, if they're not parents, I mean, I'm talking about like main characters, the protagonists. I'm not talking about the protagonist's parents before they die while he was still a kid. No, I'm talking about like the actual main characters, like a Goku and Chi. I mean, whenever you saw Goku and Chi on screen, you knew those people love each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
There was
how often do we have that? And we're even struggling to come up. I mean, sure, Oscar and Penny Proud. not Penny, man. What's the mother's name again?
Who am I?
Geez.
In the Proud Family.
Who are
Yeah, that's the
Miles?
only one I. Wow.
Wait,
Cosby Show as well.
Miles Morales' parents. They're also
Okay,
technically,
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, but
you can
they're
also say
okay.
Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv, I guess.
I guess.
Well,
Yeah,
before they recast her.
if we're talking sitcom, but it should be
Oh
Will
no,
and
but
Lisa. You know
but
what I
but
mean?
when you're talking about sitcom, of course, you can't stop cooking. What's the
But those
Family
are the
Matters?
parents.
Family Matters is the gold standard.
Yeah, but
Unless,
I'm saying in the
yeah,
superhero arena,
Mm-mm.
yeah.
Stable relationship and superpowers? What are you
yeah, because
asking?
I think Cloak is with the Snow Bunny, right? Or sorry,
Yeah,
is it that
yeah.
guy?
No, hey, Uma is very disappointed in Cloak. My brother, my brother, my brother.
Wait, who's Cloak and who's
Snow
Dagger?
Bunny's never a black
Cloak is
queen
the nigga,
forever,
right?
or whatever he did with his hands.
Yeah.
Cloak is the nigga and Dagger's the chick.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
And
I've,
basically, she controls his darkness with her light, and he controls her light with his darkness or something.
Yeah. It's yin
we,
and yang, I guess.
we have, and I'm also thinking, do you have such stable couples in Bleach? And I mean anime, not Bleach. Bleach, there is no stable relationship. Fight me on that.
Um,
I mean, the relationships is sort of like friendships, you're right, but like actual relationships, nah.
and with
Uh,
black characters specifically, no.
okay, I wanna say that
I
there
well, I
must
mean,
be a
if you go
lot.
slice no, but the slice of life, they're not black. So or
No,
some watch somebody down below comment, oh, you've never watched. I was reincarnated as a microphone, and then I turned into a human, and now I can shine like the
I'm a bit bored.
sunshine. And
okay. All
it's like
I
in this show there are black couples. Take that, let's ink about it podcast.
The only people I can think about is Oscar, man. Oscar and his wife from Proud Family.
I was about to say that there must be at least some stable relationship in the Hidden Cloud Village because they are
But
melanated.
Raikage was single. I don't get these single Kages. They're like
We-
Minato is the only one who was trying to get married out here.
No, okay, the current Raikage, which says a lot.
It makes sense though if you think about it. When you look at how Boruto's treating his dad. But anyway, so guys,
Moving on, before we go into semantics about Bleach, to the
it
anime
says
Naruto.
yeah, so she's like, T'Challa, I would like to spend the afternoon catching up with you while eating the third best cuisine in the universe. And he's like, third? She's like, yo, but we need to discuss the Wakanda Arako situation. So what's the Wakanda Arako situation, bro?
Yeah, well, I mean, she gets into the panel below.
Oh, okay.
It's actually
I thought maybe
if I continue if I continue this series, right? If I continue this series, which I might come back to it where I elaborate on everything. I do a wedding issue, and then I do that other issue. I
Please do.
was thinking about how it would have been cool to, because the thing is, they had Ororo in charge of Arako, and then they blew it up, and then they put her back on Earth, and it's just like whatever. So I like the idea that she was always an empress of a planet, and like that would have its own intrigue, and because who she is as a person, being a leader would be such a vexing challenge for her, but it
so
would also be
Arako is a
such a
planet.
fitting position for her. Yeah, it's a planet.
So
Wasn't
she's
the
in
one
charge of that
that
planet.
Yes.
Okay.
was it that one where Apocalypse literally gave it to her? Was there's another storyline? Am I
No,
confusing
I don't know if it
storylines?
was Apocalypse who gave it to her, but I know that there was I know that when Krakoa was going down and everybody was being born again or resurrected again or whatever, and Professor X was on his Magneto tip or teamed up with Magneto or whatever. Yeah, she had her own planet where she took a lot of refugees, and it wasn't even just mutants. She took humans, she took non-mutants or whatever, and basically they put her in charge, and she even has a big line where she's like, "No thrones on Araco," but they treat her as the empress.
Hmm.
So in my story, I was like, just make her the empress, and let's see how she feels about stuff like that.
Oh.
All right, cool. So it's sort of like a diplomacy type of conversation right now.
Essentially, because they are like world leaders. Like I've always loved the idea of how in
But
their
there's a big
relationship,
difference
one of the things that they
between
would have to do is like
this
have
is
world leader,
yeah.
like they can go from talking about how their day is and what Aurora was eating to discussing intergalactic politics.
Cool. Yeah, I mean there's a
Sorry, what
there's
were
a
you
big difference
saying
between
originally
leading a
there,
planet and
Extrodin? I cut you off.
a nation, but I hear you.
But technically, well, T'Challa is a galactic emperor of his own, so
What
in
in
one of
terms
the
of
stories. Yeah.
oh okay. Okay.
And in this one, he is in this one as well.
Yeah, so he's that they're more equal than you realize.
All right. So basically, yeah, this conversation now is starting to turn out more serious than we hoped for a breakfast conversation because she brought it up and he's like, all right, cool, let's go. This is actually my favorite Storm face ever on this panel. Like she looks like her name is Ntombi from Zanzi. Like she's naturally beautiful. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Mm, let's
So
not
yeah,
say.
she's like, yo, the Arako Council is nervous. They believe Wakanda wants to take over Arako territories that share galactic space with the Wakandan Empire, right? So there's a territorial war that is brewing here,
A
or at least that's what
dispute.
the Arako Council thinks
It's a
is going
territorial
on.
dispute. Let's not use the W word here. We're still having breakfast, sweetie.
Yeah,
I'd make
disputes.
it.
I
I'd
mean,
make,
they're not disputes as yet. They're just speculating that they could be, right? It's not like it's already happening.
I'd make a terrible. I'd either make a very good politician or a terrible one. There's no in between with me. The way I sound so
Yeah, when
patronizing
you're
sometimes.
gonna attack people unprovoked, Muswena. Like you're just gonna be just because you woke up one day
Fire!
and thought that it could
Emperor
be happening.
why? Don't question me.
Are you questioning your
That sounds
God?
like some Fire Lord tendencies somewhere.
I'll be full of megalomania. I am now your God.
Yeah.
Bow before your emperor.
Even Galactus is taking notes. Yeah.
Like, huh?
Anyway, T'Challa's like, yo, only fools sue for war. Did he say sue? Oh yeah. Only fools sue for war. Wakanda is now only focused on maintaining our territories.
That's what
And
I've
then she's
always
like, no,
said.
well, maybe an exchange program between two empires can allow cooler heads to prevail, which is a good idea. I mean, we spoke about this when we spoke about the X-Men, when we were breaking down X-Men 97, that the best thing that Charles could do is probably have a mixed populace
Yeah.
between mutants and humans at Charles Xavier's Institute of Mutants, or I guess it's going to be
I
higher learning.
remember I remember that criticism, but somebody came up with a very powerful argument. It's like, okay, how do I explain this one now? Because
Yeah.
the clapback I got from that was like, but the mutants have powers.
Yes.
How do you create a space please for them to exercise and explore their powers with humans around? And I was
That's
like,
I think I asked something similar. Because the thing
um,
is, the X-Men are being discriminated
No, but
against
I mean, I
out of the
remember.
school, but at the school,
hmm.
the humans are going to be discriminated against.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said.
But then
Yeah.
that's when we said that that's where he's supposed to actually step in with his mind reading abilities, and like the X-Men are supposed to step up as leaders and using the technology of the house or whatever, like the danger room. That's when
Hmm.
danger room must be able to detect, okay, mutant's power is about to flare up, or there's about to be an altercation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you sit them in a
Eric,
room.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and then you sit them
Jonathan,
down in a room, and then you're like, okay, well now what's your problem? Well now what's your problem? Talk.
But also it would okay, let's use this as an okay, because I wanted to get deep into the X-Men lore, but let's come here,
yes.
right? Arako and Wakandans, if there's something like that, right? An exchange program happening, what is a student from Wakanda who goes to Arako going to learn about at that planet? What is the subject? Like, for instance, if humans go to Charles Xavier School of, I guess I'm going to call it higher learning because it can't just be mutants because that's discriminatory.
Of gifted
What are they
students.
going to learn? Because the mutants are learning how to control their powers. I know they are learning other subjects, which is fine, your history and whatever. But as a unit, what are they learning? Diplomacy, politics,
Yes, yes, it would be
economics?
diplomacy. Like the way like the students that would be selected for the program, it would be people who are being eyed to be diplomats.
Mm.
I'll go as
Like
to
these
like
are the people that are going to be in Congress. These are the kids that might run
Yes,
for
in the
president.
UN or
These are the
something.
yeah, these are
Yeah.
the kids where you know they're going to affect policy. And I
Ambassadors,
mean,
future ambassadors.
even if that person doesn't become in politics or whatever, he still stays as a shining example that he went to school with mutants and
Mm.
he's fine.
Mm.
So that imagery is even stronger than any political position that can be taken because it can never be rebuked, it can never be debunked. So
unless they
essentially,
lie.
here,
I get what you're saying.
no, but I mean they can't
It's
because
sort
the
of
guy's
like
fine.
how after the civil rights movement where there was integration, you're sort of showing people that, blacks can come to the school and there can still be peace amongst, mixed races type thing. Kind of like 94 in South Africa when blacks started going to
Truth and
model T schools.
reconciliation, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So that's
Uh,
it's like a peace.
yeah,
It's like a display of peace between two planets, two nations,
and
two.
also
Essentially,
do you not have a sports day, have an open day, have
Hmm.
a
Debates.
debate day? Yeah, get kids from other schools to come visit your school. Get your school, get your. I know there's going to be very few schools indeed that will be playing along. But then there are some schools that say, "Yeah, let the mutants come to our school. Let's go have them uh, play out the back with the other kids, so that the kids growing up can see these other kids growing up and see just another bunch of kids who can just be as awkward, nerdy, stupid, idiotic,
Yeah.
fun, adorable, noble as they are. So
Something like that actually
yeah, like
happened
anybody that can
in
tell you now,
regions.
anybody like I can tell you now, anybody that's actually grown up around gay people never had any of these weird things that people were talking about. I mean, in general, as a human being, you should just be a human being, whatever. But I'm just saying, specifically with all these myths and things that happened around, oh, okay, he's gay, so now what the hell does this mean?
yeah,
That never
yeah.
happened if you actually grew up around gay people. Never.
You
Because
wouldn't
you just
teach.
found out they're way more pickier than any woman you know, and they are not gonna pick you, chief.
And if they do, it's the biggest compliment ever. It was like you must have something going on. Like wow, I must be a heartthrob. Can't what am I doing?
So, going back to this, T'Challa's like, okay, sounds like a great idea. You know what I mean? Like, I'll bring up a weekly meeting. I'll bring it up in the weekly meeting and have Shuri coordinate with. I'm not sure if it's Folly Shade or Folly Sad or
Fully
which one.
sad, fully sad.
Okay. What's that?
Which I'm surprised I'm giving her respect because she comes from the John Ridley run. John Ridley run. Google it. It's so bad that it's not canon to Black Panther fans.
I like the way you're surprised at yourself. It's like, how dare I betray my inner self?
Yeah,
No, I mean, guys,
I
look,
betray.
I'm not a huge fan of the Boo saga, but I cannot take away Vegito or Go Tanks. You know what I'm
And,
saying?
and I'm not a fan of GT, but there, Super Saiyan 4 is now canon, so
Exactly. So,
But yeah, I
yeah,
don't know if that's the same. But here's the thing: it's just for. I think it's just it's okay to take parts of a run even if it was bad, just to keep continuity with the series. Like I think one thing that's a problem with Black Panther comics in general, every writer comes in there and they don't follow up what the last writer did. I mean, that happens with comic books a lot, but like this
in general, yeah.
IP, yeah, but this IP they do it a lot, and I just wanted to introduce like a thing where it's like it's good to have some crossover or whatever.
By the way,
And
has
like the
this
thing
ever
is,
been done before? Have we ever had an
a
African,
Black Panther
I'm not
fan
talking
comic.
I'm not talking about an African American. I'm talking about an African, right? A Black Panther story.
No, no, no.
Oh. So
No.
you're the
Mm.
first.
I'm the first technically. No, not even technically. I am.
Welcome to the land of history, my friend. We must
History has
make
been
sure.
made, ladies and gentlemen.
It's
When
Okay.
I,
unofficial, but I guess it's still history.
when they say
Uh,
when there's an African version of Black Panther, when the African written story of Black Panther, your name is going to appear, and they, no matter how hard they're gonna try to take away they're gonna try and take away from the IP. They can't deny the fact that you are the one who did it.
So yeah, so Storm is like maybe the children can teach the adults how to behave. I mean,
Yes.
which is something that kind of sounds like something Charles would say, but yeah, sure. Then T'Challa gets an alert, and he
Man
just he
jumps out
just
of the
bounces.
window. I always like that part. Like you jumped
Mid conversation, nigga just leaves.
up and leaves. If it
Because
isn't
she's like, T'Challa, what's gone? Yeah,
if
man.
it isn't the most ADHD thing I've ever seen in your life, because
Oh man.
we
And she's
will
like, I hate it
we
when this
will
dude does this.
we want to do that. We have no idea how many ADHD people. Whenever you're going slow or you pause mid-sentence and you're busy grating the back of our brains and we finish the sentences for you, trust me, we want to already emotionally checked out. We want to physically leave at this point in time.
Ish,
So
you know, if they were ever to do an animated version of Black Panther versus King, I wish Carrie Payton would voice T'Challa. That dude, man, in a leadership role. Because when I see Wakabi report, I'm just thinking of Aqualad saying, Kid Flash, report. Once he says something, it's on point. But anyway, so it's like, yo, Wakabi report, my king. Enemy forces got past our teleportal defenses array. Taki and his husband, along with is it Halite?
Hatut Zaraze.
Oh, Hatut Zaraze, sorry. Hatut Zaraze are moving civilians to the underground bunkers. So, the guy that's checking the borders, that's in charge of the borders, if I remember correctly, that's Wakabi, right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah. He's
kind of
more of a
already
military commander in the comic books. Basically, he's like second in command to
yes,
T'Challa in terms of the army.
he's the
yes.
Minister of
Which I mean,
Defense.
T'Challa's not
they butchered his character in the movie, but in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
comic,
yeah. But anyway,
it's,
in the
it's kind of
comic
like
books, it's like if T'Challa's not giving the orders to the army,
He is.
as this Wakabi is giving the orders to the army.
Yeah, so Minister of
so
Defense.
if he's with the if T'Challa is with
Yeah,
the
essentially Minister
Avengers,
of Defense.
if T'Challa is in New York with the Avengers, who is in charge of Wakanda?
No, Wakabi. Wakabi becomes the
Yes,
regent usually.
yes. That's what I'm saying. They messed up his character in the movie, but anyway. Um,
Also, do you see any drums?
Yeah. Look,
um,
Africans we love drums, but guys, come on, that's so impractical.
but at least, what if it was South Africa? There would have been dancers, not drummers. I'm telling you.
If it was
No, but the
a,
thing is, but I'm saying the thing is with dancing, at least you can switch from dancing to fighting quickly because you're on your feet.
No,
When you're
but
playing
bruh,
drums, dog, you have
we
to
dance
get
in
up.
every advert, bruh. Every advert we're dancing.
ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
Hey, anyway,
Guys, we're still on page what?
yeah, no, sorry. No, but I mean, this is the whole point, isn't it? It's not like we're
I
playing around.
know. I'm
Yeah,
just impressed at our level of
okay.
take our
So
time.
they tell us like, yo, have you identified our attackers? Wakabi's like, they have a signal jammer that's keeping us from scanning them. We're doing, oh, sorry, we're picking temporal emissions. So basically, these guys are well prepared. They're familiar with Wakanda. They understand what's happening.
But I also
So
understand.
they have everything nailed to a T. Like
But I like the way that he mentions the picking up temporal distortions, right?
emissions.
Emissions,
Mm.
which already gives hints that it has to do something to do with time.
Mhm.
For all those who knows, like for all our Star Trek fans, the moment you hear temporal anything, time. So
I
these
thought it has
people,
to do with the mind, not time.
temporal
Because,
distortions.
like temporal lobe,
I
and I guess,
know,
Yeah.
but like I said, Star Trek is ruined us in terms of to definitions. When you hear temporal distortions, temporal emissions, that the temporal what has to do with time. So it has to do with something to do with the time mainframe.
maybe,
So
maybe, maybe we're not smart enough. Buck, what did you mean by this?
No, it's time. It's time.
Okay.
I've been
Because
saying
remember, it's Black Panther versus Kang. Kang deals with time.
yes.
Mm.
So,
Okay, I see.
but
I
I just
see. I
wanted,
see what you I see
I
what you
just,
guys are saying.
I just wanted to highlight that another nice layer of writing is that even if the enemy is prepared, don't start off giving 10-0 to the enemy. Give can be like 10-1, 10-2. They scan something off that
Yeah.
just that gives a subtle
Yeah. Like the
foreshadowing.
heroes themselves also need to be smart enough to be able to identify the problem very quickly.
Mm.
That's what you're saying.
So
Yeah.
because it gives a level of competence. If
Yeah,
it
and
just
genius
shows
level intellect.
if it
You know what I
just shows
mean?
the bad guys overwhelming the good guys without a point of reference of how competent the good guys are, it it takes away from the overall story. It
It
makes it
nerves,
feels
it nerves, it nerves characters who are supposed to be smart.
yeah.
Like, yeah. So it's like
Just
temporal.
mm,
Have the Dora
Yeah. Hi, hi, Doctor Strange too.
it's like have the Dora engaged the enemy, and then Mokabi's like, "Yo, Princess Shuri has scrambled the battalion to engage the enemy." Then it's like Ororo returned to Arako, putting wait. Oh, he says Ororo, you should return to Arako, putting Arako's empress at risk won't bode well for negotiations, which is smart. This dude is
mhm,
about to is about to engage an enemy he hasn't met yet, but is
yes.
already thinking about what will happen after this battle. Like, we still need to make sure that you're safe because we don't want it to look like we're
Mm.
not keeping you safe here. And
But
your people are not gonna wanna talk to us because of how you were treated during this, you know, unplanned situation,
but
this
her
ambush.
response but her response is just as impactful for me because it also shows before she was an empress, before she was before any of this an X-Men. And if there's one thing X-Men are prone to doing is helping the innocent.
Yes. I mean, but she's also being stubborn, but yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because you should listen to your husband. You see, this is what I like about
But
it, because there's so many hats here. One is a king, one is he's trying to save his wife, but at the same time, he's also trying to prevent a potential, you know,
yeah, people.
political, like he's trying to prevent the political tension that may arise should things
Mm,
go awry with his wife slash queen of a planet. You know what I mean?
hmm
And she's like, but nigga, before I was your wife, I was an X-Man. I dealt with this all the time. Like,
This is Tuesday. This is Tuesday for me.
it's just a Tuesday for me. Aish, guys. Yeah, this is layered writing, bro. So anyway, it's like, yeah, innocent people are in danger and I will not abandon them. The politics can wait.
hmm
And he's like, hey, I know better than to argue. Let me just chill. This kind of reminds me of Samurai Jack, this panel.
Mm. Yeah, now that you mention it, the scarab designs from even Earth's mightiest hero must have been inspired from the Samurai Jack scarab armies from Aku. If you look at the designs, don't you think?
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, it
yeah.
depends
Well,
which came
I
first.
referenced both of them here because
Yeah.
I needed an easy way to draw a robot that looks scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, Shura's like, Sister Zibambe, get out of my country, Kerr,
Yes.
right? That's
Yes.
Kerr,
Yeah.
Yes.
right?
And clash.
Yeah, so
And
she throws a spear.
and now we learn just how effective vibranium is.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. And then I believe it's
The warthogs.
what's T'Challa asking Shuri if she's okay. It's like, I'm fine, brother. The Bashinga protocols are holding, but we must stop reacting.
Yeah.
That's T'Challa. And she's like, agreed. Do you have a plan? And he's like, the beginnings of one. So I don't know what the Bashinga protocols are. I don't know if you guys
Oh
know.
well, the one thing I don't like about the way Marvel handles the Black Panther. Okay, look, there's a lot of things, but I think the thing is they also don't really tie into the history, like the history that everybody loves to reference. They don't really reference it enough in the comic books.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the Bashinga protocols would be like he's the guy who founded the country, so he put in place like rules of engagement for when the country is getting attacked. So
Mm.
these would be the things that kick in when there's enemies at the gates or inside the gates or whatever.
Mm.
So I mean, I don't explicitly say it, but like getting people to the bunkers, having the battalion scramble and disrupt the enemy or whatever as best they can. That would be like the ideas of the Bashenga protocols. If I ever get to write like a
Wouldn't
Black Panther type of book, I have
wouldn't
a
that be
whole
lovely if somebody wrote something like that for a certain movie when a certain fishman invaded invaded the invaded Wakanda?
By the way, I'm assuming that they probably have these drill sessions of the Bashinga protocols like sporadically throughout the year, no?
yeah.
Okay.
No, T'Challa's always running simulations and playing war games and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like that,
So
sometimes that's how he relaxes.
this is one of those, this is not a drill moment.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
repeat, this
essentially.
is not a drill. We must. Anyway, um, yeah, I don't know who this guy is, but it's like,
That
yo,
is Taku, and that is Horatio. They come from the 80s, I believe. 70s, no, 70s or 80s, somewhere there. Very, very early. They were the first, not the first, but they were one of the earliest gay couples in comic books.
I remember you
Their
told me
story is
about
kind
this.
of cute because Horatio started off as an assassin, and basically T'Challa captured him because Horatio was working for Killmonger, and I guess Taku likes green skin heads, so he tried to talk to Horatio every night, and eventually he got Horatio to give up being a bad guy, and then they got
Oh,
married.
the power of okay, don't say it.
Some Bulma behavior.
Yeah.
Mm, mm.
And
Okay, so
Taku
he's like,
is
yo,
head of, I
Contain
think Taku is head of technology, and he's also head of, I think, transport or something. Yeah.
Minister of Transport and Transport and Technology.
Yes, that's him. And he also grew up with T'Challa.
it's like Horatio, my love, do not use that kind of language in front of the children. All right. I'm
They
sure
have
wherever
kids.
Timon is,
Go
he
ahead.
just stood up and is like, bar for bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo. But
Not in front of
anyway,
the kids.
Taku being attacked by
And t
giant
turns out they
robots.
raised a king. You see, gay couples can adopt and raise people to be of political influence. But let's not get into the discussion right now. It's not Pride Month in Africa. In South Africa, that is.
Yeah.
I should be allowed to swear. Like, dude, stuff is going down, and what you worried about is language?
Yes.
And he's like, think of the child we're
Steve
having.
Rogers approves.
And what
Yeah.
lessons will pass on? We must teach them to be composed under pressure. You know, one thing I'm realizing about Wakandans is like they know that they're gonna get out of this. Like to them, like Tebello said, this is just a Tuesday. We're talking about children. We're talking about future meetings with the Araco. Like, yo, this is just a Tuesday.
I
Like,
can imagine, like,
Yeah, almost like they can handle an invasion, right?
yeah, like you know.
mm. Like if the city miraculously gets flooded, they know exactly what to do to minimize casualties.
Bruh, I wish this was being animated. Like this panel, for instance, I
It
could
might
hear
be.
it. Citizens, this way to the bunkers, move. I
Move
could
to the
hear.
bunkers. And you know what I want? I want a part where there's an old couple and some young kids, and they both have the same reaction, like, oh, again. And then some kid is like, yay, I didn't do my homework. So
Yeah.
Buzz answered my prayers.
I feel
Oh,
like
that'd be
in
so
Wakanda, I
funny.
feel like it's the
Oh.
opposite. I feel like the teachers are the ones that are happy that, you know, they can take a break because these kids are asking 1,000 questions
I know, but there's
about
no, there's always, there's all,
advanced technology.
there's always going to be that one ADHD kid that has put way too much on their plate and spent way too much time watching cartoons about about the Legend of Bastard instead of doing the homework. And then that morning they realize, "Ish, I didn't do my work. Can Bast do something?" And then Chiki, it is not a drill.
Kimo.
Go to the bunker, like yes.
He's like, I hate it when you make that joke. King T'Challa probably has 8 solutions in play. All we have to do is
Oh yeah,
our plan.
the joke is I hope you have your ex-boyfriend has a plan or something.
Wow.
Please tell me your ex-boyfriend has a plan. No, okay.
Ew.
And then it's like, well, it would be nice if any of those plans could start kicking in now.
Any
Well, I'm
minute
assuming it's the
now.
Minister of Technology, no? Saying this.
Yes.
And then,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got better at highlighting the panels to say who talks off screen.
oh, I
I
see the
think because
green.
this was
So the
my
green
first.
is, oh, the green is him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And then the friend is like, on that, my love, we can agree.
Mm.
yeah. The husband. Yeah.
The husband,
Husband.
yes. And then we have someone blocking an attack. His name is, or her name is Tosin.
No, no, no. His name is Tosin.
His name is
Tosin's the one
Tosin.
in the jacket.
Yes.
Hey there, princess. You look amazing today. It's like, Bombay, what a suckers. And then he
The
attacks.
the fact that you're trying, okay, in the
Hmm?
middle of battle, that's one of the things I'll never get, trying to be all chicken tongue in the middle of a battle. I know it's a nice way of relieving the stresses, but does it feel right sometimes? I sometimes I feel guilty writing something like that in the middle of the fight. You have no idea how much I've struggled, especially in some of the jokes in my work. Like these guys are fighting for their lives, and here you've got this guy's best friends going like, and then as if they're not worried about what's going on.
Well, Tosin is that kind of character. I mean, I'm amping it up to an 11, but he's kind of he kind of is not the Tony Stark, but he's kind of got that blasé kind of attitude about things.
All right, cool. Now I'm learning. I
So
was
like
just asking for the right.
If T'Challa was there, T'Challa would not be saying that. But Tosin would be like, we can handle this. If you even look at it, Shuri's not even reacting to whatever he's saying.
Yeah, he's so used to it.
She's like, Munna, we get on task. We busy.
It's like
And
that
it's like,
marriage, that marriage, the wedding scene. Is it a wedding or marriage scene from Pirates of the Caribbean 3?
Mm.
Like we're
Pirates of the
busy
Caribbean
fighting
3.
for our lives. Marry us, Barbosa.
So he's like, I'm glad you're okay. Where's our venerated king? She's like, I'm glad you're okay too, but watch your tone, Tozen. Our king probably has 6 different plans in motion.
I get with that.
Um, these machines have been designed to have omnidirectional offensive capabilities. Oh, this is T'Challa thinking, by the way.
Yeah.
The energy signatures from these blasts is familiar. It's time to confirm who's attacking us. Um, and then it's like, Kimoyo, analyze the data from my claws. And it's like your data analyzed, the machines have neurokinetic properties, my king. This is the Kimoyo is the Jarvis of this unit of this universe,
Yeah.
right?
Of Wakanda.
Sorry, of Wakanda.
Yeah,
And it's
he
like best as I
it's
thought.
the system that T'Challa designed to link everything up to one central unit.
Yeah.
Quick question
Hey, you don't want to hack Kimoyo, yeah?
from a law perspective. I've also
Yeah.
noticed that everybody refers to the Black Panther as my king, but I've never seen them use the other type of honorifics they used to use in royal languages like Your Majesty or
My
Your
lord.
Highness or My Lord or something like that. Is that a deliberate writing play that they use with Black Panther? That it's always the king is always
Yeah,
a
because the thing is, those type of titles usually are associated with
Colonization.
The colonoscopy.
European,
The
yeah,
colonoscopy.
Eurocentric. It's basically, heavily tied to Eurocentric
Language.
monarchies.
All
Yeah,
right.
like from as far as I can tell in the history that I've managed to do on the African continent and stuff, I don't know everything. If somebody can tell me otherwise, I've never seen people use that. I've seen people use my chieftain. I've seen people use my king.
Mm.
But like because the African people in a sense are very spiritual, it's like we can go king, ancestors, and then actual celestial being that controls everything, how we refer to him in Kulu Kulu or I'm
Oh,
saying it
great
wrong.
elephant.
Kulu Kulu or great elephant
I mean, we
or,
would say things like
Ulu.
Mutlompe, Kgoshi,
Yeah.
Well, Moshompe
But
uh,
I'm
is the
saying
most.
we don't do my lords in
Mm.
African
no.
kingdoms and monarchies. We don't do my lord because he's your king, but he doesn't provide everything for you. From what I've been able to research.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moshompe, I think that translates to most honorable one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the thing is, now remember in Eurocentric monarchies, they controlled everything, but in African monarchies, because we had the land, people could feed themselves.
Yeah, true that.
So yeah, he's like, I know who orchestrated everything. I mean, he's thinking about it.
Yes.
Um,
Man
and then
kicked
he's
an
like,
entire robot in half.
yes, because the robot was about to attack a mother and child.
I know, but still, like,
Oh, that's
Father,
a
father.
father and
I hope I
child.
drew a
Sorry.
man.
Oh, sorry, a
oh, don't
father and
worry.
child.
Don't worry. My artwork is just as gender confused as everyone else's.
No, sometimes when you see someone holding a baby, your mind just goes to mother and child.
Yeah, don't worry.
Well, I guess that's how my mind works.
Mm.
And then he's like, my king? It's like, in your hands, you hold the future of Wakanda. Go and protect it.
Yeah, like,
And
which is
Storm
a
is like,
nice, which is a nice way, because if it was any other monarch, including me, I would be saying, "Go get the child to safety now." Where's Angmo?
didn't you hear? The protocols have already been set in
But
motion. What are you doing here?
oh yes, what are you doing here? Go get the child to safety.
This is not
Yes.
over. I'm
Yes.
coming to your house this evening.
Later that evening.
Yeah, because if it was Blade would have been like, you don't think I forgot about you, did you? Well,
Mm.
anyway, so yeah, Storm is like, yo, T'Challa, I'm sorry. And then T'Challa's like, look, this is the handwork of Kang. All right.
Yes.
And it's like, yo, Wakanda, it's like Wakabi, damage report. Wakabi's like, no civilian what? No civilian losses. Sorry, no civilian losses. My emperor and king, but a dozen of the Aish, I don't know how to pronounce this thing. Is it Hatue?
Hatut Zaraze. Look,
Hatut.
they were
Raz.
freestyling. They were freestyling with African names. I would not. We wouldn't have called it that.
Bruh,
But
nothing is
you got to canon is canon. So
this is
Hatut
not as
Zaraze.
bad as the theme song for Marvel Knights' Black
Oh, yo.
Panther.
Look, the melody is fire. The vocals are fire. It's just you
Yeah,
guys could have fixed the lyrics, but
the melody is
it's
fire. The melody is hella
but
fire.
yeah, Hatut Zeraze. That's
But
how
guys,
they.
Miriam Makeba was there.
Ah,
Just consulted her. Or
Voilà,
Huima Singh.
Miriam Makeba, Sibongile Khumalo was still with us at the time. Come on, guys.
Just
hey
consult
guys, look.
Brahim.
Well, now we have to look. Well, now we have to fix it from the side. As Africans, if you look at this IP, Buffett, we have to fix it from the side. Like,
Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway, yes.
we're hoping that it's not an actual African language because hey, Africa is quite huge. But anyway,
Okay. You know, you'd be surprised.
um,
Africa is quite huge. The continent itself is quite huge. But to quote my friend, to quote a famous TikToker, there's the capital. There are no countries in Africa is one huge country with 54 villages, and the capital
yeah,
city is
the
Wakanda.
capital is Wakanda.
Mm. Yeah.
No,
Um,
also there's like thousands of dialects, so
yeah.
Hatut could be something. I'm not sure, but that's how it was always built, and I'm gonna
Someone
keep the canon.
watch someone in the comments or someone in the TikTok. Actually, Hatut Zurase means something something, which translates to something. And then if you cross references to the Coptic language of the Egyptians, it actually means hounds of war, which is a clever with a clever collaboration of different cultures to show how inclusive the writing in Wakanda is. And like,
Yeah, thank you, buddy. But yeah, your landlord is coming. So pay your rent. But thanks.
ah, ah,
Anyway, and the
yo,
Dora Milaje, it says,
the
yeah, and the Dora
salt.
Milaje have gone to the bosom of Bast. So for those who do not know, Bast is like the Wakandan god. If you're watching this for the first time,
For
by the way, so
for those
then
who
you have no
don't.
idea. You don't know much
She
about the
doesn't
Wakandan.
just chill at Kolaling with Zeus and them or whatever. She's actually active in the
Yes.
spirituality of Wakanda.
She doesn't
Sometimes,
chill well.
No, I get it because in the MCU, all they did was have a pose in the Zeus room.
yes.
Oh, okay. So Wakabi continues to say two of the Avengers are trying to get through to you in the Komoya's secure line. And it's like, patch them through. We realize that it's Iron Man and Tony Stark. Cap
And
is like,
also
T'Challa.
a shout out to the drawing style of the Iron Man from Ex His Hero. I know they tried to RDJ him and fire him a lot in the later portrayals of Iron Man, but still, thank you.
Mm. So it's like, Tony, Steve. Kang has terrible timing or great timing because I don't have to go to that boring museum thing with Pepper. This is Tony Stark, right? So that means
Yeah.
that they
You
have been
know,
updated about the invasion. They do
my
know that Kang is there. They got intel about it. That's why they're calling to begin with. So they're basically just suggesting that, or rather insinuating that they want to assist T'Challa
Mm,
with this current situation because Kang is not just Kang is more like a Avengers level threat,
yeah,
right?
he is his.
Yeah.
It's usually when you think about the type of threats that the Avengers usually get involved would be one of them would be the leader, even though he'd be like from the
From
Hulk
Hulk.
side, but
Yeah.
it's the leader Kang, um, Loki is another one,
Yes.
and who was the one that they mentioned?
Modok, Red
No,
Skull,
yeah,
Baron
that's
Zemo.
Benson. I
Thanos, obviously.
Oh, then there's Thanatos, but Thanos from the movies is much more epic than in the comics. He's much more of a rat in the movie in the MCU than he actually was in the Avengers because he's both epic and stupid at the same time in the comics. Fight me on that.
Yeah.
Fight me.
I mean, some would argue that he's similar in the movies as well.
Mm.
So
It
So,
depends. But yeah, anyway,
but
yeah. They
but one of the biggest antagonists of the Avengers has always been Kang the Conqueror because he's had that number multiple ways in many different timelines. And it's always interesting to see them. So whenever this blip pops up, I like that now that they're like Kang is a threat, but yeah.
yeah,
He
and Marvel and the MCU with their dumb writing where you meet Kang for the first time and it's like, who are you again? Are you the one with the hammer? The guy Thor,
lost to ants.
but then he gets defeated by ants. Anyway,
before I roll my eyes right off my head, let's move on.
Captain America says, we tracked several chronal emissions headed in your direction, T'Challa. Tony says it's Kang. Let us help. We made sure this is strictly Avengers business, no US government interference. We even made Fury and General Wharton pinky promise. This is Tony. And T'Challa's like, thank you for the offer, my friends. I would rather you direct your efforts to Kang's space fleet. It is likely that the world is in danger. However, Kang is mine.
Kang is mine.
I remember this being the last panel.
Yeah. Which is a good way to end a nice episode. You see?
I mean, guys, don't lie. The writing here is epic. This is DCAU level writing. This is Dwayne McDuffie level writing. This is Bruce Timm and Alan Burnett level writing.
You know what was funny?
Paul
I got
Dini.
a comment on Twitter where it was just like, why would T'Challa keep the Avengers out? Why wouldn't he, like, I don't understand. And I'm like, you guys don't know this character.
Yeah.
Kang attacked Wakanda. Attacked
didn't.
Wakanda in his home.
Yes.
Killed his people. Put his citizens in danger. T'Challa's like, no, if I let him go to the Avengers, they might let him go. That's not happening.
Yeah, no, he's
No,
dying
but
today.
despite that, it's not like he completely told the Avengers not to do anything. He's telling them, guys, there's a high chance that the rest of the world is in danger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we are more than capable of sorting this out here, but this could be a bigger threat than we think it is. So rather inspect if there's a space fleet or whatever and check that out.
Prepare for an
Because this could be a
attack.
distraction. You know what I'm saying? Like, this makes perfect sense.
Another thing I would but then again, I'm battle crazy. That's what I realized. You know, when you realize that you can always tell a type of writing by the type of things that are happening in the background, or what they'll emphasize more on. Because I like this thing, like, prepare for the oncoming fleet. I in my crazy ass, I would have actually shown like the next. I would have shown the next episode that the fleet actually invade into the space.
Yeah,
There's an
same.
epic space battle
Same.
taking place because
Same.
that's exactly what Kang did. Even pay attention to once again. Well, my closest reference, my only reference really. I don't really know Kang on the comics that much, but I do know him from Earth's Mightiest Heroes. He attacked the entire world.
When he's written well, he's closer to his Earth's Mightiest Hero counterpart.
Yeah, he attacked the entire world just so that he can, just because his throne got hacked by Tony Stark.
Mm.
Man was pissed. I don't care what you think, what you guys are saying. Like, what? You hacked my throne and then you activated time dilation and brought me back to the future, brought yourselves back to the future. I was willing to leave you there in the past so you can rot. How dare you?
Uh,
Kill everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the last panel. And anybody who wants to tell me that this is out of character for T'Challa, you've never read the character. I'm sorry.
As spoken by the author himself, I'm not going to tell any. This is a funny thing. Like, I don't know much about T'Challa. I don't. I know a lot about Bast. I like if you ask me about the Egyptian gods, trust me, I know my Bast. I know my Bast for my Sekhmet. I know my Sobek for my. I might know my Sobek for my Raz and Horuses. But when it comes to Black Panther, I always defer to the professionals. If he says you don't know this character, then I will believe him over what you're going to tell me next. Otherwise, unless you're going to pull a Lion King, you're gonna give us a whole dissertation in your next TikTok. Okay. Well, did I just trigger that man? I said the forbidden words. Watch us our viewership either implodes or explodes.
Oh, Mr. Lion.
Yeah.
Still hasn't answered me.
I know you're too small for his notice. Yet.
I have no idea what you
It
guys
was
are
small.
talking about.
I was not small. I was not small enough to not get a comment.
Well, that's what bullies do, don't they?
Yeah, well, swing, nigga.
Anyway, with that being said,
Anyway, point being.
let's I remember what I mentioned before. It's like what I like the most. One of my favorite things is that I love the cover page, which became your backup page for so many of your videos.
Yeah, because I was promoting the
Uh,
book.
yeah, and for those who want to get a copy, it's the link is still there. Almost, I think for the last 200 videos, wherever you've appeared, your links are always in the description. I haven't changed them since.
Yeah, I might
So,
actually print this. It depends. Like maybe the next Afro Geek or some Afro Geek down the line, I might actually print this and give out copies
oh,
for
who
free. Of
knows?
course, I'm not going to be selling them, but we'll see.
Who knows? There might be another event coming. Hmm.
Hmm.
Cue the dramatic music from the background. Anyway,
Oh,
um,
okay.
Yeah.
I
Any
was
highlights
I was
before
just
we
waiting for
shut it
Tebello
down,
to
gents?
finish
Any highlights for you
his
in
thoughts
the moments
before I put in my
in this
thoughts.
issue?
okay, I had two people talking at the same time.
Sorry, I was just saying. Before we shut it down, just last highlights for you guys.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
and
what I
then
was saying. I was saying that I was waiting for Tebello to finish his thoughts before I put in my thoughts.
okay,
Uh,
Mr. Extrodin, what are your highlights for this episode?
oh no, you go first because you were already on a roll, Mos.
I know I was giving my opinion about something foreshadowing. Leave me and my ADHD-ness alone. My
No, I
pills
thought
are wearing
you
Yeah,
I
off.
thought you I thought you started when you were talking about how you would have shown
Oh no,
the
that's just
space between.
that is just me going on about the last frame where it shows that the Avengers are otherwise occupied, which also works to Black Panther's plans because this man dead point his spear at Wakanda and it's not gonna end up pretty.
Okay.
yeah, okay, but I'm just saying. So, yeah. Any highlights for you, Mr. Extrodin?
This entire issue for me is banger. Like, um, look, I think now that I'm reading it for the second time, I think it's even harder than it did before because now I understand what the protocols are, what a Roku is, the background with certain characters. So the more you understand something, in my opinion, the nicer it becomes. You know what I mean? Um, and also, having two villains who are very smart um, is always great, in my opinion, because you don't you don't make the reader seem like they're dumb because you don't dumb it down for the reader. The fact that Wakabi was able to detect that there's some temporal emissions here, like quickly,
Mm,
for me, says that these guys are so advanced that they are aware that such is possible, you know.
mm,
So for me, that was a highlight, and the fact that T'Challa is like this guy. They are saying that he's thinking of 8 possible solutions for the problem, but already he's thinking about the conversation between Wakandans and um, the Arauco later on, while at the same time he's talking to Wakabi and he's talking to his own version of Jarvis and he's talking to Shuri, while also defending the citizens or the people of Wakanda from robots. Like this man is truly on another level when it comes
mm,
to thinking. His level of thinking is amazing. There's no time for hesitation, there's no time for indecisiveness. You have to be on the ball at all times. That's for me, that's the highlight, man. T'Challa is the highlight, because he's just on point. I would
mm.
say I'd say Storm is a close second, um, given what we're talking about all along. Um, I just wish that this level of writing could be um, displayed in a lot of media that we've currently been consuming, because Jesus, uh,
Oh
quality has
goodness.
dropped in a lot of other projects. But this for me is chef's kiss. I think I told you from the first time I read this, dog. I didn't even finish this issue when I texted you. I was like, so this for me is really good. Yeah, that's me.
Oh,
All right, man. Thanks, gents. Thanks.
mine, I think my takeaway out of my favorite spot. First, I like the cover picture. I know there was another one that I said I liked even more, but this is one of my favorites, especially the use of the color use of the color contrast.
Yeah,
And
the technology
Oh,
thing.
there's also another fun fact. Art of Marvelous Wonder, he actually did the backgrounds on these two because what happened is initially I had another cover idea. This was always the cover idea, but he was like, "Well, why don't you try it with these backgrounds?" And then he did that for me for free as well. He's a
he's
dope artist. I really hope to work with him again, and I really hope to introduce him to you guys. You guys
that's
like him.
please do. I'd like
What
to
took
meet
you
in
so
person.
long? Like,
No, I mean we kind of fell out of touch. He also has got a day job. It's hard to coordinate from South Africa and Zimbabwe. So
oh, okay.
Don't worry.
I know I have him on Instagram, and I'll definitely shoot his Instagram link to you. Shout out to you, Mr. Art of Marvelous Wonder, Marvin. You're
Don't
still the one,
worry.
Chief.
I will open a portal and then we shall speak to him directly one day.
And flung us to Zimbabwe.
The-
Cool.
No, 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 not fling. I'll just open a portal right behind it, like not the silly ones that you see if the Sorcerer Supreme, something more dramatic, like in Bleach. Yeah, I'll open a Garganta. You just let's go. You're gonna go into the pitch black chasm. Do you wanna get to Zimbabwe, don't you?
Make sure your Ryatsu is strong, Chief, so you can maintain the bridge. Uh,
But were there any
yeah.
highlights for you, Buck, when you were writing this? Is there anything that really stood out for you when you were writing the first issue?
My personal favorite line was the last line,
Kang
because
is mine.
because the thing is, whenever I write dialogue, I also talk out loud, and I like try to do the accent in my head to be like, how would he say it? And then there's like, so he'd be like, yeah, yeah, something. However, Kang
Oh,
is mine. And I was like,
oh,
there we go.
so you do it too. Okay, cool. Okay, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, oh, yeah.
everybody's
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
crazy like that.
I thought that's what we were always doing. I don't understand why you guys,
I always talk out loud when I'm writing because you gotta get a feel for how the character would say it.
Mm.
You
Yeah,
know.
for sure.
Anyway, let's wrap things
Yeah, I think
up.
you can take us out of here, Mr. Tebello. Thank you, gents, for doing this again. Thank you for the first video, and I'm going to be sharing
I don't
this
know.
around.
We are going to do
And
this.
I can't wait to get the animation out. It's probably going to be the first batch of the animation stuff that I do for this. I might do something else, and I also might animate this entire series as well.
One day at a time, my friend. Anyway,
Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
I hope you guys enjoyed this session because it's not like we didn't prepare for this. We were just
yeah. Watch as it makes like 5 billion views.
yeah.
I always learned
Take
in
that,
this.
Swaggy.
If there's one thing I've learned from working in this type of place, the shows that you put your research and you work your hardest for, and you
yeah,
do all these things, 2 views.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
Bruh,
also
I think
basic,
I told you guys,
stupid
right?
things.
I think I told you guys, the video we recorded for 7 Up where there's glitches and it's just an Excel spreadsheet,
Yes.
10,000 views.
Yeah.
The one
And like you didn't buy those; they just happened.
the ones with the clips in between and the 10 views.
No, but I'm saying it was crazy that happened because you didn't buy those views. That was like
No,
organic reach.
Yeah.
you're too broke to be buying anything here. What you see is what you
Ah,
get.
Yeah. Anyway, I think let's wrap things up. Thank you for lasting until this point. We do like that you share, comment, and subscribe. I don't know what the theme song for this show is going to be. I really do know what the theme song of this show is going to be. Anyway, it's playing now for those who don't know. We're most probably going to get a new outro. Something's happening in the background. So I've just been recording things left, right, and center. Check out my new website if it's up by now. Also, go get your hands on this poster. You can go get it to you can get it delivered to your nearest pep store, and then
Oh,
and for by getting
hey,
what?
no, that's awesome.
Oh, okay, yeah. You can get it delivered to your nearest pub store, and by doing this, you automatically get a free copy of the of chapter one of War Angel, which should be out on sale by the time this video comes out. Now I'm looking at you, Tebello. Finish the work. Anyway, next week we're going to go into chapter two of this lovely show. We're going to go to episode two of is it chapter two? Yeah, it's episode two will feature chapter two. Hmm. Nice word alliteration of this episode. Black Panther versus Kang. Once again, support him on Webtoons. Read, comment, spread the news, spread it around, let everybody know. And until next time, we'll be inking this stuff later. And yeah, see you soon. Peace out. We love you
We'll be
guys.
inking of you. We'll be
We'll be
inking of
inking
you.
of you, Dan. No, 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 no. Yeah, we're gonna get cancelled. Like these guys are going to be stalking us. Yeah, no, yeah. We'll work with the inking. We'll work with the inking later.
All right.
All right. You see you guys. Yeah, we'll see you guys and talk later. Sweet. Peace out. Oh, yeah, see you at Comic Con. Woo!
Woo! It's the first time of the recording.
Excellent.